You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV. Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV, shout out. Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV. Welcome back to Soda TV. This is one of the craziest things that I ever seen in an establishment, in a podcast, like on the level of No Jumper. Like, you just don't see stuff like this in the corporate world and stuff. But I guess when you trying to clout chase G-bangers for content, it makes sense. You got to take what come with having G-bangers around, right? Which is a whole lot of chaos and confusion. Whole lot of it. And it's just like crazy, man. So as you should be aware, if you aren't living under a rock, you know, you got these couple of dudes, they come up, older dudes too at that, come up to No Jumper claiming that they were there to do some legitimate business with Wack. Like on some business stuff, and he claims that out of nowhere, you know, they were ambushed, you know, what they squabbled up and stripped. You know what I'm saying? Just done bad, man. And you may have seen it on the internet. It's videos out there. I think maybe they had deleted as many as they could, because I remember I went to look for it a couple days ago, and man, it's crazy how you can get rid of something, man. But yeah, it's very few videos out there of it. I think they're trying to cover up as much as they can, but you see them getting down on these people. You see Luce Canon over there hitting dude with the blick, you know, just terrible, man. Dude pins all the way down, all bad, man. So we got Adam breaking all the fine details down to Vlad TV, which you will get a better sense of it. And it's just unbelievable, man. But that's what we getting into today. Before we do, gotta ask you to please hit that like button. It don't cost you a Chinese penny. It don't. Share this with whoever you can, whenever you can. You know, and it's all love from me. I appreciate that from the heart. Subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to do it now and you want to see if I earn it first, you can wait to the end of this channel. But if you forget, I'll remind you, okay? Last but not least, notification bell, keep you notified on everything I drop. Now we can go and get into this footage. Go.
Well, the No Jumper brawl.
Yeah, it was also mentioned in the federal criminal complaint.
Okay. So you address this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just walk it down through your point of view.
Okay.
You are leaving your studio and you see these two guys.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
So I did my podcast with Wack, and then I'm leaving. Him, Luce Canon, and maybe 10 of their other homies are all there. And some of my employees are still there. I'm kind of rushing out the door to go see my kid before she goes to bed. And I just leave. As I'm walking out the door, I see two older black guys, look like they're late 40s, maybe 50. I'm eyeing them down, and I say, you know, hey, y'all here for Wack? They go, yeah. I'm like, okay. I walk up to them, I shake hands with them. I'm just kind of like feeling them out, trying to figure out if they're on some bullshit. They seemed meek. They didn't seem like they were there for some bullshit, right? So I call Wack. Wack says, oh, all right, I'm going to go get them. I drive my car out of there. I'm driving home for probably less than 10 minutes. I'm less than 10 minutes away from the studio. One of my employees sends me a video of one of these guys getting the dog shit out of him. It's basically just like a little excerpt from the video that then everybody ended up seeing. And I'm asking him, like, what the f are these guys? Why is this happening? I don't understand. And, you know, I end up getting on the phone with Wack. He's trying to explain it to me, giving me the runaround, all kinds of shit. And I'm obviously not happy about this level of bloodshed taking place outside of my business. But, you know, by the next morning, I'm kind of thinking, well, if the video's not out now, it's probably not going to come out. No. The video comes out by like the next afternoon, and obviously hell breaks loose and everybody's freaking out about it. And, you know, there's a lot of different versions of the story. Because at first, the version of the story that this dude Jay Reed is putting out there, Jay Reed is kind of like the main one who's getting paid, and then the other dude was the preacher, who I don't think was actually a preacher. At first, you know, Luce was saying that these guys were from another hood and that they were banging their hood, and that's why they ended up beating them. Those guys were saying that they thought that they had a business opportunity through the Dosh network, which Wack was pumping up, and that they thought that they were just showing up to do business. Wack says that that's not true. I don't know. All I know is that in that criminal complaint, it says that Luce whipped and beat these dudes and took $5,000 or more worth of property from them, which in and of itself is kind of hard for me to wrap my head around because, you know, what could they possibly have had on them that would be worth $5,000? Because I don't think those guys had guns. You know, maybe they took their phone. That's like $1,000. You know, maybe they had some money in their pocket, but they didn't really look to me like they were going to be walking around with $4,000 or $5,000 in their pocket. So what that says to me is that either way, I mean, it sounds like a crazy number, but it means that these dudes are basically telling the feds how much was taken from them and how much. I don't know. It kind of stands out to me as if there might be additional charges at some point here for Luce as a result of that brawl, which again, he could have got away with no evidence if he had just not put the video out.
Oh, he put out the video himself?
Well, to be fair, like his crew is called like IBM, Integrity Before Money, and which he actually gave me some merch for that brand, and I really got to find some of it because now all of a sudden Luce Cannon's like record label or crew stands out to me as a lot more iconic. But that was his little movement, and he has like a fan page that uses that IBM name, and they're the first ones who posted it. So I guess Luce thought maybe it would be less on him if he wasn't the first one to post it. I don't know if that really makes any sense, but
I can't believe Luce Cannon put that on the internet. And you got Adam22 that's just airing it all out, right? Stuff that we are not, that only goes on, information that's behind the scenes and held to No Jumper and his employees. Adam letting it rip and ride now, man. So you know he ain't hold it back from the feds when they came and questioned him. And you know he didn't. But yeah, man, Luce Cannon, wow. That's clout chasing content, man. You need the algorithm to have your name rotating so hard that you put a video up clear as day all in the video. You want that out there of you? You know what I'm saying? Man, nasty work, man. Worse than me when it come to wanting to, you know, get that content out there, man. Luce Cannon should have known that you was taking a chance of going to jail with something that serious. You know what I'm saying? But Luce Cannon probably looked at it like, you know, these dudes are street cats. They from another set. You know, I ain't got to worry about the police with them. So that's probably what frame of mind Luce Cannon was in, now that I think about it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Vlad mentioning that he heard that dude could have been in a coma, I believe, if I'm not crazy, that dude did a couple interviews after that altercation. So, no, to my knowledge, he ain't in a coma at all. But it would hurt me if he was, man, just because he an old man. You know what I'm saying? He would have had to endure all that as an old man. That's something, man. But we're going to move on to the comment section and see what the fans talking about. At South, what's this, dash Philly _ 24th and more. man, that name, just excuse me if I chop that name up, but says that Adam admitted Luce is in an ANG with a G at the beginning called IBM. True. But at the same time, you got to realize that IBM been existed. You know, I believe it's just like unique that you created. And I think Adam22 did give a little too much information too, man. Like, for real. He gave a whole layout, like a layout of certainty. Adam knows this information because he is on the inside. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, but like I say, I believe everything he's given us, he has already given to the boys. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the next comment is at Stevie M2R1V. This is exactly what he told the police. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I just said. Like, Adam definitely told the police this stuff. And then not only that, you could tell that Adam didn't really do too much protecting the name's integrity, nothing of the employees, which is Luce and Brick Baby. You could tell that he was just answering stuff and not worried about, keeping, answer some and keep anything that could be incriminating to myself and just don't answer, or no, because he wasn't thinking about nobody but himself up in there, man. He let them have it. Everything he knew. Like, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment section. Along with that, please don't hesitate to press that like button or share this with family, friends, cousins, everybody. Share it. Subscribe to the channel. We talked about you doing it if I earned it, and I think I did a pretty good job. But if you don't agree with me, you ain't got to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Last but not least, notification bell. That's for everything I drop on this channel. I'm always posted, so that keeps you up to par. With that being said, this is the self-proclaimed #1 celebrity news channel on YouTube at this time, The Real Soda TV. I'm out.